we have now these toolkits. Let's explain some of them in a very simple manner. Let's just keep this one open for a bit. Delete everything, clear it all. How to clear it? We can just do Control A, that's select all, and then hit delete. This deletes the content of the layer. Now if you want to remove a layer on its own, you can just pick this and click on this button. You can trash it, or just click delete while selecting the layer itself. If you have a selection, it will delete the selection. If you don't have a selection, it will delete the layer. Now, these tools right here are very useful, most of them anyhow. So you can go here and pick the move tool. The move tool, you just saw it in action right now. For example, if we have a brush and we do this, and I want to move this, I can go to the move tool, move it. Or just right now you saw that I moved this and then shifted to brush and then shifted to the move tool. That was by the shortcut. If you just hover over one of these tools, you're gonna see it says move tool and then the shortcut for it, it's V. So just in case you forget these shortcuts, you can go there. I would highly recommend that you memorize all of these shortcuts, because it will make the workflow much faster, and it will in turn it will make you much more efficient in what you do, and you're gonna have more time to design instead of just wasting your time just going and what was that, how do you, okay, let's click here and then there, oh no, that's not the tool, let's go there. No, you just memorize the shortcut for it. So you have the first thing, which is move. It's V. You can move with it. Simple enough. Then you have the marker tool. This one, selection tools. The first one is Marquee. See, rectangular Marquee tool. This one, elliptical Marquee tool. If you see this small arrow down there, it means there are more options under it. While in the move tool, there is no option. It's basically you have only a move tool. Here you have more options. If you click and hold, you're gonna get all of these options. So basically you can just go ahead and click M for this, for the Marquee tool, and select this. If you mark whatever you want to move, like this and that, so what can we do now? Now this basically is telling it, this is what I want to work with. So if I want to move, let's click V, and I want to move whatever I move here. You see, it tells me there is this you see this icon, it has a scissor on it, which means it's gonna cut it. If I move, it takes it out and cuts it. You can just put it wherever you want to put it, like here, and there you go, you have it moved. Now whenever you get this icon under the arrow, it means that you have different options that you can take. For example, you can go for Control, Shift, and Alt. Right now you can notice that with the move tool there are no options except for Alt. If I click Control, there's nothing. If I click Shift, there's nothing. But if I click Alt, it gives me a copy. You see this? It has dual arrows. It means we are copying this layer. So if I go there and move it, we keep it there, and at the same time we take a copy out of it to a different place. Now, what if I go to the brush tool, which was here, and the shortcut for this one is actually B. So you can go there, B. What if I use it while selecting this? You'll notice that it will start drawing only when I enter this selection. And this is very useful. Now if I want to deselect this, just like most of the other softwares and just like every Adobe software we have, we can simply click Control D. Control D is deselect. We have the wand tool. The wand tool is actually a very simple tool. It basically selects whatever you wanna have. For example, it selects the color that you're hovering over. I wanna select only the black stuff. You click and there you go, it selects black, but you will see that there is a tolerance to it. See this? Whenever you're moving this, actually you're getting different options up there. All of these options change based on the tool. Now if you go to the wand tool, you're gonna notice that you have this tolerance to it. It means how close is it to the place where you clicked, it will select. For example, if I select here, you will notice that it selects only whatever is very close to it because it's 10 tolerance. If I go for this, see, it selects this ring because this is the gradient range that it has marked based on the tolerance. What if I change this to 1? Well, 1 is going to actually select only a very small gap. This option is very important if you're going to if you have very close colors to each other and you want to pick only a specific color. So if I go here and make it as default, it's 30 actually in default. You can just click here. You'll see that it has wider range, but still it's not as clear, right? That is exactly why you have it on a different layer. Oops. That is exactly why you have it on a different layer. Because now you can just select the layer and move it. While if you have a red option, you see this right here, you have red. For this option, actually you can ignore it for a bit, but this is actually a plugin that I added to my own version of Photoshop. You have painter wheel, and this is actually very useful. You can add whatever you want to your toolkit. But in general, instead of going there, we're gonna go here, pick this, and let's put red and draw on this red layer. You see, that's that. If I want to select red now, it's gonna be really hard to just click there, you know, with the wand tool. The wand tool, I will show you how useful it is on different options, but for now it's not that useful. Let's ignore it for a bit. You will see in the layers that right now when I drew, I have the red being cut by the black. Why? Because it's just like any transparency paper. You can just take it and drag it on top of it. You just put one tracing paper on top of another, and there you go. You can switch places, or you can simply hide the black and you have the red. You can hide the red and keep the black.